Good day, and thank you for tuning in 3D, the Daily Divine Direction broadcast. For all of our new listeners and viewers who are tuning in for the very first time, I'm Pastor Pope, Senior Pastor of New Life Christian Center, located at 400 Hillcrest Avenue in Wilmington, Delaware, at the corner of Hillcrest and Marsh Road. We have reopened our sanctuary for some time with protocol, but we are back in the house every Sunday at 10 a.m. There's parking on Hillcrest. We are the brown brick building located right on the corner of Hillcrest and Marsh Road. We invite you to come and worship with us at 10 a.m. Service begins. We invite you to come and experience a better quality of life. So if you're in our area, come and worship with us at New Life Christian Center, 400 Hillcrest Avenue in Wilmington, Delaware, 19809. Service begins at 10 a.m. If you are not in our area, we invite you to tune in. We are Facebook Live, YouTube Live. We are on numerous platforms, but we invite you to tune in at 10:45 a.m. when our Sunday sermon goes live. And now we are also on RadioFreeNetwork.com. If you go on RadioFreeNetwork.com and click on radio, click on the New Life button, you will tune in on Sunday mornings at 10:45 a.m. and every day, Monday through Friday, from 12:30 p.m. until 1 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. You can join us on our new platform that we have just launched on RadioFreeNetwork.com. I want to say to all of our listeners and viewers, as always, we are here for you Monday through Friday from 12:30 p.m. until 1 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time to discuss whatever issues you might like to discuss, whatever issues of life you find challenging or that you find difficult to navigate. God is concerned about that which concerns you. And so we are here in 3D, the Daily Divine Direction broadcast, which is brought to you daily from the FijiWater.com sponsored studio. Fiji Water, Earth's finest water. It starts as a tropical rainfall which slowly filters through layers of volcanic rock. The water collects in a natural artesian aquifer where it is bottled right at the source, free from human contact until you unscrew the cap. Fiji Water, Earth's finest water, will be delivered right to your front door when you subscribe for delivery. And you'll save money at FijiWater.com. This is Earth's finest water. And as I announced, we are now on RadioFreeNetwork.com. Click on radio, go to the New Life link. We are broadcasting there also. We are Facebook Live, we are YouTube Live, and we are now on RadioFreeNetwork.com, sponsored by our FijiWater.com studio. And so I'm going to say to all of our listeners and viewers, to those of you who continue giving on the give segment of our app at New Life-Delaware, and those of you that have made a weekly or monthly commitment to support the broadcast by giving on the contribution page of our website at newlifeministriesinternational.com, we thank you for your support and for your commitment as we fulfill our commitment to God to be here to address whatever topic you might like to discuss and whatever issues of life you find challenging or difficult to navigate. You can discuss career, finances, entrepreneurship. You can discuss marriage, divorce, raising children, blending families. You can discuss dating and relationships. Again, whatever's in your heart, whatever's on your mind, God is concerned about that which concerns you. So I'm going to address a communication that came in from one of our listeners and viewers who indicated that you have been communicating with someone during the pandemic. However, you have both decided you are going to move forward with establishing a relationship. Okay. You want to know, will the relationship be successful? And here's what I'm going to say to you. You cannot keep doing the old things the old way when it's a new day. And let me tell you what God showed me in that secret place. And that is that we've got to change our method of dating. We've got to start doing things differently. And so many of you have heard me talk about the importance of dating with purpose. And what we don't realize is that we've been we've been dating the wrong way. We really have. We have not focused our attention on putting God first, and so consequently we have not been successful in many cases. So think about this. The divorce rate in America is approximately 50%. That means half of people who get married end up getting divorced. Now, divorce happens, and we all know that, but we just got to start doing things differently. Relationships fail all the time, and the reason is because we don't put God first in the relationship. And so what I've been encouraging people to do, and I wish someone had told us this years ago, we could have saved ourselves a lot of drama and a lot of grief over the years, and that is that we have to make certain that we are dating with purpose. And so I've said this to our listeners in the past who have communicated about dating issues and about marriage, matrimonial issues. The reality is this: if we do things differently, if we do things a new way, so there's a cliche that was developed from Scripture where people often talk about God doing a new thing, but then we keep doing things the old way, the way we've always done them. And we expect God to do something different when we can't get out of our own way. So what I've been encouraging people to do when you start a new relationship, so we've come to a place now where everything's being reopened again and people are moving around more freely, and we've got a vaccine and we've been vaccinated and all of the things that we have been able to do to move forward from this public health crisis. Okay. But now you have the opportunity to really spend some time together. What you should be doing, and I tell people in my church this, so this isn't, unfortunately you're not in our area, because if you were, I'd have you on a fast track for this. Here's the reality. In your area, find a church. He's not attending the church right now. You attend the church, but you attend it sporadically. You didn't tell me this in your communication, but God allowed me to see in that secret place of both your lives. You go to church about twice a month, and your church is reopened. So he doesn't have a church. Invite him to come and worship at your church. If he rejects the idea of attending your church, he has now officially told you he's not the person that God has appointed for your life. That's first and foremost. If he decides to attend, then have him come and worship with you, come and sit under the word, go out to lunch. Don't start going to dinners, don't start finding social events to attend. Here's where we need to begin first and foremost, with the Alpha and the Omega. We need to begin with God in the midst of the relationship. So invite him to come to your church and take you out to lunch. And have a conversation over lunch. And then tell him that you'll be happy to have conversations with him during the week, but you want him to go to church with you again the following week and out to lunch. Have conversations during lunch. You can tell him you'd love to have conversations with him during the week by telephone. Don't go out anywhere else. Have him take you to church and out to lunch a third time. If you've done that 3 times, you will know everything you need to know whether or not this is the person that God has appointed for your life, and if you really need to pursue a relationship with them. See, the problem is the two of you have decided on your own. You haven't put God in the midst of this decision-making process. The two of you have decided on your own that you're going to move forward with establishing a relationship. That implies that you've decided you're going to have a relationship no matter what. And I'm here to tell you today that that is not what God has appointed for your lives. You need to make certain that you both are on a spiritual path, that you both are clearly going to be able to walk together in agreement, that you both have a plan for your lives. And what you're going to ask, the question you're going to ask him during the first lunch is pure and simple. You've had no conversations about the plan for the next 7 years of your lives. You've been talking about everything else during COVID. You've been talking about the things you like doing, the places you like to travel, the hobbies that you have. You've been talking about all of those things. Those are great conversations to have after you determine what the plan is, both personally and professionally, for your lives for the next 7 years. Because if he doesn't have a plan for his life, he can't have a plan for your life. And if he doesn't have a plan and you don't have a plan, the two of you can't merge your plan together. So what you have to do first and foremost is put God in the midst. You have to place God in the midst of this relationship that you are trying to establish. And it has to be founded on a relationship with the Lord. It has to be founded on that relationship. And the reason that I say that to you is because, listen, lunch the first time, your 7-year plan. Discuss it. You don't have to write it down yet. Lunch the second time, your 14-year plan. Lunch the third time, your 21-year plan. So that you both know where you desire to go in life. Now, during that lunch, you can have other conversations. You can talk about the things that are important. What your career goals are. What's your personal goals? What's your career goals? Do you both want to have children? Those are conversations you really need to have before you even decide that you're going to enter into a relationship. Before you decide that I'm going to have a intimate personal relationship with someone, you need to make certain that you both can walk together in agreement. We've been doing this thing all wrong. We've been dating the wrong way for a very long time. And for 50% of America, it has led to divorce. And most of these relationships, I hope that everyone really knows that, only 25% of relationships, and the number may not be exact, it may be 24, maybe 26, whatever it is, approximately 25% of relationships lead to marriage. Only 25% lead to marriage. And then once married, only 50% of those survive marriage. We've got to do things differently. We've got to take a different approach to this. A new thing that God is doing. And I'm not talking about the confusion that's going on in society today where everybody feels like it's their thing, they can do what they want to do. Nobody can tell you who to sock it to. I'm not going to sing that song, but the reality is that we can do the wrong thing for so long we think it's the right way to do it. Don't put the cart before the horse. Don't put yourself in a situation where you're going to be in a relationship that's going to last for a period of time. You're going to have a good time. He's going to have a good time. And the relationship's not going anywhere, because that's a waste of time. We need to be on a mission in our lives. And that mission should be, I'm going to find the person or be found by the person that God has appointed for my life. I'm going to make myself available. I'm going to prepare myself. And I know that the person who is searching for you, and you know the person who is searching for you, has been appointed by God for your life. Because he that finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor of the Lord. So your appointed person for your life is out there searching for you right now. You feel prepared. He's going to let you know if he's the one by the way he responds to everything that you are going to offer. And that is, first of all, a relationship with God right in the presence of that relationship. You started this thing off all wrong. You wanted a way to spend some time, and you started communicating with someone during the pandemic. That's what you said. The problem is that you didn't set it up right for when the health crisis was over. You got off the course because you decided you like what he had to say, you like his Instagram account, you like what you saw on there, you like the car he drives, you like the job he has. All of those are positives, but all of that is just fluff. All of that is just the icing on the cake. But first you got to bake a cake. And you got to know that this is the person that God has appointed for your life. And if he's not the person that God has appointed for your life, then you need to, in that communication, that attempt at a relationship, stamp the dust off your feet, move on, and keep yourself prepared for what God has in store for you. This segment of the broadcast is brought to you by T-Mobile, America's largest and fastest 5G provider at no extra charge. So if you are not currently a T-Mobile customer, you may call or text on the T-Mobile call or text line at 267-992-1424. We will place you over into our queue so that you can become a T-Mobile customer and experience America's largest and fastest 5G provider at no extra charge. Taxes and fees will be included in your bill, and if you auto pay by attaching a credit card to your account, you will receive a discount on your monthly bill at T-Mobile, America's largest and fastest 5G provider at no extra charge. I'm going to address another communication that came in from one of our listeners and viewers who indicated that you feel stagnant and are not certain what you can do about it at this point in your career. So, listen, there are moments when so many people feel like they've become stagnant. What I encourage everyone to do when you feel like you become stagnant, not necessarily complacent, just stagnant, start by beginning to do things differently. Now, you heard me talk about dating differently, but we've got to start doing some things differently in our career also. The way you have always done things is no longer going to allow you to be productive and to maximize your success. Our goal every day in our career, whatever career you might have, our goal every day is to not only perform at a high level, but to perform at a high level that would result in maximizing our success. So you've got to start doing some things differently, and you've got to examine how you can do things differently and be more productive, be more effective, be more efficient. So I'm going to encourage you to do this. Go back to your job description. Pull your job description. Not just know what your job is, not just do your job, but perform with the spirit of excellence, perform at the highest level so that you can achieve the success that you desire to accomplish. So you've got to say to yourself, okay, I've always done things this way in my career. This is the way I've always done things. This is what's familiar to me, but you're not maximizing your success. You're not becoming a better version of yourself because you're not becoming more effective and more efficient. So in order to do that, take your job description, look at each bullet point on your job description. And as you look at those bullet points on your job description, first of all, make notes on what you can do better. What can you do to be a better version of yourself? What can you do to be more effective in every bullet point on your job description? What can you do to be more efficient on every bullet point on your job description? We really need to do that from time to time, each and every one of us. We need to do that from time to time because we all wear a lot of hats. Now, you might say, well, in my job, I only have one given responsibility. Well, you might have one given responsibility, one assignment that is assigned to you, but there's a description how to be more effective and efficient. And that job description has been written by a department that determine that that's how you're going to be more effective, how you're going to be more efficient, and then you have to determine how you're going to perform at the highest level and how you will maximize your success. And we all should be doing that periodically. So I'm going to say this for all the benefit of all of our listeners and viewers. We are coming to the end of the second quarter of this year. I'm going to encourage everyone to do that again. For the end of this month, go back over your job description so that you can begin to apply new methods, new methodology in July for the second half of this year. You know, I normally encourage everyone to do this at the beginning of the year, so you know it's real important that we do that. But this year, because we're coming out of an experience that we have never been in before, let's go back this month and review our job descriptions so that at the beginning of July we can apply new methodology that is going to allow us to, first of all, become a better version of ourselves in our professional environment. Second of all, it will allow us to perform at a much higher level because we'll become more effective and we'll become more efficient. And then lastly, it will allow us to maximize our success. So go back and pull your job description, every one of us. I don't care how long you've been doing your job. It doesn't matter how long you've been in your career. You might be good at it, but there's a better version of you. There's a better version that will allow you to maximize your success. Let's pull our job descriptions, every bullet point on our job description. Let us review them, take notes so that you can review it and determine how you can become a better version of yourself. And then after you've taken all of those notes, go back, open a Word document, type out your notes that you've written, how you can be a better version of yourself, how you can be more effective, how you can be more efficient. Print it out and hang it in a place where you are forced to face it every single day. Now that might be on the vanity mirror in your bathroom, because you're going to go there every day, each and every one of us. As long as we have good hygiene, we're going to end up there every single day. Whether it's brushing our teeth, flossing our teeth, rinsing with mouthwash, combing your hair, for us men, shaving, you're going to have to face it, which means you're going to have to face yourself and really focus on becoming the best version of ourselves that we can possibly become. This segment of the broadcast has been brought to you by Under Armour Golf, which now powers the Junior League, a national league for boys and girls ages 6 through 18 of all skill levels. Under Armour is advancing the game of golf for all children. We want the next generation to afford the opportunity to use the game of golf to develop not only our golf skills, but our skills in our character, our integrity, our ability to navigate environments that have not been familiar to many people, to be able to network at another level. You're never going to get 4 to 4.5 hours of FaceTime with anyone more than you will on the golf course. These are important skills that Under Armour Golf wants you to learn. You can go to Under Armour Golf, underarmour.com/golf, or type in their search bar golf, and you will see all of the gear that Under Armour has for those of us who are golfers, so that we can enjoy the game of golf, play the game of golf, and maximize our opportunities through the game of golf. I want to take out a moment also to say to all of our listeners and viewers, okay, so you are aware now that we are about to have a promo. Starting Monday, we're going to be announcing a key word or a key phrase during the broadcast. You will have to listen or view the broadcast to know the key word or the key phrase. And then you're going to text it to me on the T-Mobile caller text line at 267-992-1424, or you can email me at newlifepastor@comcast.net. And at the end of the month, one person will be selected on June 30th to become a client of BeccaTheDietitian.com. You will have an initial consultation in July, and then for the remainder of the year, you will have one consultation per month, and you will have support as you go on this journey to improve your health and wellness. We're going to be tracking you, and then at the end of the year, we're going to, or the first of January, we're going to invite you to call in and share that experience with us right here on the air in 3D, the Daily Divine Direction broadcast. We'll keep you posted. Watch our Facebook. We will keep making announcements. We want you to participate. You'll need to follow the instructions that are listed on the flyers. And we will select one of our listeners and viewers to become a client of BeccaTheDietitian.com. Rebecca Buva, licensed and registered dietitian and nutritionist, right here in 3D. I'm going to address another communication that came in from one of our listeners and viewers who indicated that you find it amazing that your family feels the necessity to be loud and obnoxious, and you can only take them in small doses. However, you would like to spend more time with your family. So, what's really interesting is I've seen this before. I've seen people struggling with the personalities of their families. I had someone send in the communication and said their family has big personalities and it's really hard to navigate all of the personalities. But, here's the reality. If you can only take them in small doses, take them in small doses. We don't get to choose our family. We do get to choose our friends. So spend more time with your friends who give you peace, being around them. I know you'd like to spend more time with your family, but if you know who they are, when people show you who they are, I don't care if it's family or not, you have to believe that's who they choose to be. The good news is that you recognize that they're loud and obnoxious. You don't choose to live that way, which I have to tell you is going to make you the best version of yourself. They're going to continue to go through life struggles because they're loud and obnoxious. And that's just a reality. We have to reel it in, folks. We have to really decide that we're going to go through this life not only enjoying life, not believing that it's appropriate to be loud and obnoxious, but believing that if we can demonstrate the character of God, the integrity of God, if we can demonstrate that we are a better version of ourselves, then what we hope will happen is that we will inspire someone else to become a better version of themselves also. That should be our goal, one of our goals every single day, is that we can encourage someone else or inspire someone else to be a better version of themselves. So keep being who you are. Keep being the one who, when you're with family, you're not loud, you're not obnoxious, you are more reserved, and you are demonstrating the peace of God that dwells in you and the joy of the Lord that you would like to extend that experience to others. Family is family. You cannot choose your family. You do get to choose your friends. You can navigate this. God has equipped you to navigate this. Spend as much time with your family as you choose to spend. If you can only take them in small doses, take them in small doses. But spend the time that you choose to spend, and don't allow them to disrupt the quality of your life. Not even family. Don't allow anyone to disrupt the quality of your life. Today's Daily Divine Direction broadcast 3D has been brought to you by Fiji Water. A taste of paradise will be delivered right to your front door when you subscribe for delivery, and you'll save money at FijiWater.com. May God bless you today. May God keep his face turned towards you. May God